There's no simple solution for ending poverty in Cincinnati. Poverty is a complex issue. There's no one single cause and no one single answer. Our rallying cry is taking on poverty together, improving children's lives. The most important word is together. To address factors that influence poverty in Cincinnati, we'll need the entire community, all of us. Over the past 15 years, poverty among children under 5 in Cincinnati has grown from 36% to 51%. Poverty is not just a city issue. In Hamilton County, more than 1 in 3 of the population are in poverty. All our good intentions and hard work are not enough. We're losing the struggle. If poverty is the enemy, all of us are the soldiers needed to defeat it. To reduce childhood poverty in Cincinnati, we have to expand our field of vision and see beyond what's in front of us. We must get above the poverty mess to fully see all the causes and effects. Children live in families, so childhood poverty is a family issue. Expanding our field of vision starts with listening to everyone in our community, especially those voices often unheard. We must listen to those who live in poverty or who have experienced poverty in the past. We will learn best by listening to those who bear poverty scars in their lives and in their families' lives. A logical place to start understanding this complex web of causes and effects is with income. Poverty is lacking enough money, having financial stability, to ensure basic needs are met. With enough financial stability, you have enough money to buy the goods and services you need to live a fulfilling and self-sustaining life. With enough financial stability, you can live in safe, affordable, quality housing. With enough financial stability, you can buy the food needed to be healthy. Financial stability gravely impacts every aspect of a person's life, including health, education, and housing. Income based on sufficient employment provides people with the opportunity to provide for themselves and their family. Being employed depends on having the ability to work. Health is an absolute necessity to be able to work. Education increases one's ability to work and the ability to increase their income. This lifelong education begins with families and continues through preschool, K through 12, and secondary education, and it increases one's ability to get a good job. Citizens in need of extra financial assistance can receive benefits through government non-cash support, such as food stamps, health insurance, and housing vouchers. But what happens when employment creates income but not quite enough to be self-sufficient? Something called the cliff effect. And the cliff effect happens when new employment increases income, not enough to be self-sufficient, but enough to disqualify or take away needed support. Another important individual and household cause of poverty is incarceration. Another cause occurs when grandparents and other extended family members with limited income must take over child rearing. Let's expand our field of vision from just looking at individuals and households to looking at how the city and local economy make it harder to move out of poverty. First, the strength of the local economy determines the number of jobs with sufficient wages. The local economy also increases food availability by reducing food deserts. The city and county governments make sure jobs are accessible by operating an effective transportation system. Many good jobs aren't near where people live, so without transportation, residents can't get to the jobs they want. Local governments encourage and support vibrant neighborhood economies through incentives. Transportation and strong neighborhood economies make jobs more accessible. Access to safe, affordable, enriching childcare absolutely supports many people's ability to work. Quality childcare also provides a foundation for a strong preschool system that sends children to school ready to learn. By expanding our field of vision further and deeper, we see people living in communities with high rates of poverty or low financial stability who face continual toxic stress. Toxic stress is the daily, persistent stress of living in poverty, not having enough money for basic needs, maybe working 2 jobs to make ends meet. This persistent stress impacts health and the ability to work. This stress is compounded across multiple generations as poverty persists, and community violence adds even more stress. Shifting focus, we can see the underground economy, including drug and other illegal activity. The underground economy includes entrepreneurs who don't have the resources to operate in the mainstream. Being caught participating in the drug or underground economy or in acts of violence often leads to incarceration. Anyone who becomes incarcerated will find it difficult to be employed because of the unwillingness of local businesses to hire them, coupled with other systemic barriers to re-entry to society and employment. And incarceration affects families by removing income the family needs. Expand the field of vision further, and we cannot ignore racism and its impacts. Racism contributes to poor education, discrimination against non-English speakers, lack of access to higher-paying jobs, and exclusion from safer neighborhoods. Racism influences incarceration rates, and it weakens local economies. By expanding our perspective, it is easy to see how racism and persistent poverty cause trauma to pass across generations. The forces of racism and poverty isolate neighborhoods with high poverty from neighborhoods with jobs, leading to even more poverty. Reducing poverty requires increasing connections between all our neighborhoods. Persistent trauma and poverty isolate individuals and families even within their neighborhoods. The isolation must be eliminated to improve single-income households and create a stronger intergenerational household structure. Children from strong family environments feel nurtured and safe. They have the healthy start needed to learn and build emotional intelligence. This safe, stable, nurturing start creates young minds with the greatest ability to learn and be productive. It reduces impulsivity and risk-taking. These healthy starts not only result from nurturing families, but can and should be encouraged and supported by other adults in their lives, local mentors who inspire passionate learners and achievers. Good family planning helps ensure household structures are supportive and nurturing. These nurturing environments, strong families and encouraging adults, create resilience, grit, meaning, and hope, what's needed to learn and achieve, and reduce the impact of persistent stress on the ability to learn. These traits also keep kids out of violence. And community muscle, the ability of a community to work and learn together across boundaries to solve tough problems, makes the social fabric stronger and more nurturing. It can strengthen community mentoring. It can ensure there is enough childcare accessibility, and it can support community-wide dialogue, linking isolated neighborhoods. There is hope in seeing how the causes of poverty work together to make it weave throughout the fabric of the community, and how it is not a single solution issue. There is hope in all of us coming together to improve the lives of children and our families. There is hope in seeing that poverty can be reversed. Poverty doesn't have to define our families or our community to hold us down. By sharing a more complete, a better expanded picture of poverty, we can see it. Seeing it in its entirety will give us power, because you can't change what you can't see. When we all see it, we can take back the power. We can work together. We can build our community muscle and find the solutions and strength we need to change it. We can create an upward spiral of financial stability and health and well-being. We can create a brighter future for the children of Cincinnati.